What's up, everybody? How we doing tonight? Oh, welcome to another Paraverse podcast. And tonight I have the honor and privilege to speak with a brother of mine, John Ozuna. John, welcome.
My pleasure. Hey, Matt, you know what? I got to say one thing before we get started here.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
intro is the coolest intro around. I
Thank
loved
you.
it.
Thank you.
It was positive. It was happy. I was like, I was in the background just kind of dancing with it. I was
Yep.
like, yeah, that's the way it's
I,
supposed to be.
you know what's funny is I say this almost every show now is like I love that intro, that song, "The Ghost in the Daylight." I still want to know
Yeah.
um, who originally sings this, but whoever it is, I need to find them because
Yeah.
it's so fitting, and it's not just fitting for the paranormal, but I think we can all agree in life in general because I mean, how many times do we walk around with, we have thoughts of, what we got going on,
Absolutely.
friends, family. We have these ghosts in the daylight, and it's awesome. It's awesome.
No, 100% right. I
Uh,
love that. You know,
Thank you.
I've been on many shows and podcasts, and I have to say that this is one of like my absolute favorite intros to a show. That is
Coming from you, brother, that is a huge honor. Thank you.
that is cool. I
All
love it.
videos that you will see tonight have been done by yours truly.
Oh, excellent,
I
excellent.
actually and by the way, folks, if you're wondering why we're just a little on the later side, you know the drill. We got to talking backstage. We're having a great conversation, and uh, it's like, oh crap, we got to start.
We
Okay.
got this kind of show that we got to do.
But and in all seriousness, so my wife and I, which she's actually in the room, I was, by the way, B, if you are still watching, I was showing pictures. So sorry, not sorry. This is actually her. This is her show, The Creepy Cult.
Oh
She
wow,
she has her
nice.
show. Yeah, her and our good friend and sister Emmy.
Yeah.
They both do this, and it's a lot of fun. They have a great time with it. That's her YouTube side. Usually she doesn't watch my show, so I'm a little surprised. And okay, no problem. We will do that. We apparently have to take a car over to her grandmother's. Okay, we'll do that.
She's giving you errands. I love that.
Oh, you have no idea, brother. So little backstory before we get into everything. The Wicked Queen and I, we've been in the paranormal for a while now.
Oh,
And once the consultancy started, the paranormal consultant thing started, thanks to her, by the way, um, she wanted to keep doing stuff. And one of our friends kept calling her the Wicca Queen because she's Wiccan.
wow.
So that there's an S at the end of that. Pictures, pictures. There's many. Nothing embarrassing, I promise. Just you and CB. My daughter's name's Christina, so CB.
Oh,
Uh,
cute. Very
yeah.
cute.
But so she's become the Wicked Queen, and a couple of our friends and brothers and well family. One he'll probably pop in. He's always known to. His name's Raymond Newsom. Um, he's been wanting a pay-per-view fighting match between me and the Wicked Queen because we are completely open, blunt, honest. Like that's her. That she'll tell me to go fuck myself. It's great. It's great.
I love it.
It's just back and forth, and I instigate, she reacts, she gets
Exactly.
mad. Yeah, it's so I'm expecting to see her come in the studio shortly, actually.
That would be cool. It would be a pleasure to meet her.
But anyway, we are here tonight, guys, to talk about a couple of things, and I think they're really important things. And brother, I think you'll agree with me.
Yeah.
But before we get into that, for those who don't know who you are or living under a rock, give a little bio about yourself.
Yeah, it's well, let me restate my name. My name is John Ozuna, and I'm an actor. I'm a fight choreographer. I'm a stuntman. I'm a model as well. I'm a master martial artist. I'm a two-time Guinness World Record holder. Um, I have been. I've had the great privilege of being on some significant film projects. I've worked with Keanu Reeves.
Mm.
On Matrix 4. I worked with Tom Hardy and Woody Harrelson. Venom 1, Venom 2. I've been on Ant-Man and the Wasp. I've had about 4 movies that I actually had the lead role to that I'm very, very honored to be in those positions. Um, it's been a great journey so far. I mean, it's been an up and down. You know, it's an
Yeah.
up and down, round and round, zigzag, every which way. But in the end, you know, everything I've put into it, I'm so happy that I did, because it's well worth all the loss of sleep. You know, not able to do what you want to do. You know, just making, you know, transforming myself into the person that they want me to be, whether it be gaining weight or losing weight, or getting top condition.
Yeah.
Whatever they want is what I end up doing.
Well, first of all, congratulations on the world records, of
I
course.
appreciate that, brother. Appreciate
And
that.
I remember you speaking about that before.
Yeah.
Just a reminder, refresher. What's the records for?
So
I,
there's two, and it's martial arts related, or
Mhm.
physically related. So one is for the fastest punch in the world. So to give you an idea, now it was clocked at 43.3 miles per hour. Now, to give you a perspective,
Mhm.
uh, popular, world known uh, boxer Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Mhm.
was once clocked at about 26 miles per hour for his, like, one of his fastest punches, and I was almost able to double that, you know, down the road.
Wow.
Um, I did, you know, most punches in 1 minute, and was like 713 punches, which is close to about 12 punches in a second. So those are my 2 records.
So, bottom line, you could kick our ass. Great. Yep. So, don't piss
Don't
this man off.
Yeah, don't piss me off, man. Don't piss me off. No,
That's
no,
not the plan for tonight.
no,
Well,
not at all, not at all.
congratulations and
Thank
all your
you,
accomplishments. And
thank you.
you know, I I do some digging. Like I don't usually like look too deeply into a lot
Yeah,
of my guests or my co-hosts. But your profile on Facebook, and if you guys are wondering, you want to meet up with John or even just see what he's about, all of his links are in the description. And by the way, I don't know if I'm pretty sure you know, I found 2 YouTube channels. I subscribe to both of them. Um, so they are in the description as well, showing your accomplishments and everything
thank
you're
you, man.
about. And I even included your IMDb as well.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate
So
that. Yeah,
no problem,
yeah.
guys. So please, guys, go check him out. You will not regret it. And actually, you're probably one of the only co-hosts I've had on that a coworker knows who you are. They've
Ah,
heard of you, and they were asking about my show. They were like, "So, who are you having on next?" And I said, "Oh, actually, John Ozuna." And they're like, "Really? How did you get him?" I was like, "I asked."
that's good. You know, it's yeah. That I think that's one of the one things that I think I'm adjusting to. Just coming across individuals that I have seen some of my projects, my films, and they'll recognize me from that, and that shocks me, because I don't
Yeah.
think anybody knows who the hell I am. So just it's funny that you even bring that up. Is even today, you know, I went to Starbucks with a friend, and we're there. We're just kind of waiting in line. We just finished ordering, so we're just waiting for the drinks. And a guy comes up to me. He goes, "Hey," and I say, "Hey." He goes, "You're John, aren't you?" I said, "Yeah, yeah, my name's John." He goes, "Yeah, I saw like about 4 of your movies." I'm like, "Are you serious?" I said, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah, they're so cool. You know, I like the way you do this, that, and the other, and and it was there's a lot of fight scenes and whatnot in the movies." And I was going, "Hey, brother, you know what? Thank you for even saying hi. You know, I appreciate that." And you and I were talking. So off camera, you and I were talking about certain individuals that are not so humble, and believe me, I've come across them myself, and for me, I have no idea why somebody wouldn't want to have a conversation with somebody who has invested their time into watching the project that you were involved with.
Yep.
You know, because that's a, you know, an hour and 30 minutes of their time that they invested just to check the thing out. You know, and they were willing to come up and say, hey, you know, I saw what you did and I liked it. And you know what? That means the world to me. And I, you know, and it's about their experience. You know, it's not about, you know, myself. So I do know plenty of individuals that will say, "Hey, no, 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 no. Hey, stand back. You know, I'm not, you know, please don't approach me. You know, I'm not taking any selfies right now." I, I don't get it. I just simply don't get it.
Yeah, and you know, it's funny because like there's a guy here. I don't know if he's got home yet. He was in the hospital. Scott Morton. We call him Mr. Fedora. He's just fedorable. That's what we call him. But by the way, guys, Scott was in the ER. He's on his way home. He's got something going on with his stomach. So huge prayers and positive vibes for him. But anyway, when I first met Scott, he's the reason for this, for the videos, the live streams, everything I've been doing, working with all these amazing people above me. It's Scott. He was the one who started all this.
Wow.
And to this day, he keeps telling me, you're getting out there. People know who you are. You're getting very popular. I'm like, where are you finding this? Because I don't see it. And we spoke about, you know, San Diego and out in California. My team out there, San Diego Paranormal Eye, SDPE, we became local celebrities and people like knew who we were. And it's just weird. I know exactly what you mean. It's like, oh, you're just the hell, you stalking me, or you know, do I need a
exactly?
Do I need an adult? But no, I mean, I know what you mean. I like doing these shows. I don't see it. I don't see.
Yeah, you know, it's a weird animal because you know we go through this process where you know a lot of what we do is just it's enclosed. For you know you have your studio, your set, you know, and you work out of that. So once you step out of that, you know, it's hard to know, you know, who really was out there, you know, watching and participating and being a part of it. You know, when I'm in a set, you know, let me tell you, it's kind of a 6 days on, 1 day off work day for me, or work week. You know, you're on, you know, and you're it's 12 to 16 hours a day that you're filming, and you're there the whole time. And you know, you take a break for lunch, and then after that, you know, when you're done filming, you know, I'm like the most boring actor in the world, because what I do is I just run back to my hotel room and I'm studying for the next day's filming, just to make sure that I've got my lines down, the choreography is good, and that I'm not wasting anybody's time.
Yeah.
And so you're doing that for 6 days straight in a row, and then 1 day off, and 6 days straight in a row, 1 day off. And even the day that you have off, you don't really have it off, because, you know, for me, I'm just still focusing on the next day that I'm going to have. Yeah. So it is such a kind of an enclosed environment. And so once you're done, let's say 3 weeks, 1 month down the road after doing this, you're done filming. It's done already. And they do the Hollywood magic that they do. So you don't see the eyes that are watching you, because you're now onto this other project. And it's taking on its own little life. And it's, you know, and then they release the film, and we do premieres and whatnot, but it takes on its own little life. And I'm just kind of, I participate, but I don't really get too involved with it, but not realizing that people are investing time to watch. And so when somebody says, hey, I caught you, I saw that movie that you're in, this, that, and the other, I would forget the name of the movie and the character I played. And I'll ask him, so what was my character name? Well, you know, your name was this, that, or the other. I'm going, oh, okay, thanks for reminding me. I appreciate that.
Who did I just see? I think it was Jack Black. They were talking about a Christmas movie or something like that. And he was naming off like all these great Christmas movies.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, what about yours? He goes, I have a Christmas movie. Like, yeah.
Exactly.
You know, John, we were talking about one of our brothers a little bit earlier, and we spoke him into actuality. And here he is, Mr. Raymond Newsom from Newsom Paranormal. Him and I, if you guys haven't seen yet, Raymond and I have a brand new show out every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern called What the Paranormal. It's NC-17 and buckle up, Buttercup, because it's John. I don't know if you've ever seen the show Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Oh, totally, always.
It's like that, but paranormal.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Oh, it's
nice.
bad. It's bad.
Nice.
But Raven's a great guy, and like I said, he's freaking everywhere. He's freaking everywhere. Love
him. That's fantastic.
We got Aaron Hoffman from Spectre Radio, and he's got his new magazine coming out as well. What's up, nice. Ron? How are you?
Good job. Good job.
Ron, my brother from up north. One of my brothers from up north.
Hey, Ron.
He's Canadian. He's from RRLC Paranormal. What's up?
He's Canadian.
Canadian. I love giving him shit. But you know what's funny is we talk about doing these like videos in studio and stuff like that. Yeah. It doesn't even seem like a show anymore. It seems more like a hangout. We're hanging out, we're having fun.
Exactly.
And the audience becomes basically family. Like you get to learn everybody. You get to when I first started doing it and I started seeing these hosts shouting out their audience, I'm like, how do you remember everybody? But once you keep doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, that's one of the coolest things is that you're building a community, and I mean, there's one film that I did that really touched into the genre of demonology and paranormal. I had the privilege of having a lead role in a movie called Demon Fighter.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, they talk about actors. They'll talk about actors that struggle shaking their character. Heath Ledger played the Joker. He's one of them. He just
brilliantly.
Brilliantly is absolutely correct. And for me, whenever I'm on set, and let's say I'm not even on camera, I am there watching the veterans and I'm taking notes. I'm seeing how they interact with the director. I'm seeing how they take direction and instruction, small adjustments in how their delivery. I see how they get themselves ready to deliver a scene or deliver a line. So I'm always a student of the arts. Yeah. But this particular film really dealt with that, and it was my first time that I felt that I was very consumed in my character, and I think a lot had to do with the genre. A lot had to do with the fact that we were talking about exorcisms and demons, and we're talking about demonology, and we're talking about the paranormal. So we're talking about all these things, and who knows, when you're doing that, you're stirring the pot a little bit. You're stirring the pot. So you may not even know that you're awakening spirits. You have no idea that you're doing that, in that process. And I remember once we were done filming, went back home. I had nightmares for 30 nights straight regarding the film, the subject, and I couldn't shake it. Yeah. I could not shake it. And for 30 nights straight, I had nightmares. And after a while, you just accept it. You just go, well, yeah, it's going to be another night. It's going to be the same thing. But yeah, it's an amazing community that you guys are putting together. And hats off to you, Matt, and hats off to everybody that let me just say this, and this is true, that has the courage to do this. Because you might have the interest of doing it, but very few individuals, there's a small group of individuals that have the courage to follow through with their passions.
Yeah.
And not only in the investigation perspective, because I really truly feel like everybody's had an experience of sorts. But they either explain it away, or it's explained away to them, or they take, they look seeking therapy and medications. The thing, something's wrong with them, and that's not the case. So I think everybody has the ability for those things, but I think it's the courageous that really pursue, and despite how it might make them feel sometimes uncomfortable, they still do it anyways, like yourself and company. So
Well,
hats off to you guys.
I know, and I can speak for everybody. We do appreciate that. It's not every day that the paranormal field gets that support from the outside. I will say that. So we greatly appreciate it. There's another individual on Victor Santiago from the Don Vic show. Him and his co-host IG, which I'm assuming they'll pop in at some point. They always do. I love them. They're the same way. They support us, and we love that. But it's you're 100% right. Like it's not for everybody. There's some people can, some people can't, and the ones of us who can, you've got to be able to separate what's going on, and ground yourself is what we call it.
Yeah.
You don't get too in depth. But I will say, on a positive though, I've been, like I stated earlier, I've been doing this for 18 years. I have over 400 investigations under my belt. I ran into 3 that I will call demonic.
Wow.
3. That's it. Two definitely. One was kind of, but I only had to get involved in the church once or twice. So, so they're few and far between. They're not like our mutual person who says it's every freaking episode. But
I knew who you're talking about.
Yeah. Which, by the way, folks, John and I actually we have something in common. Which, in all honesty, I didn't think we would, but we both dealt with that individual. I'll just put it that way. You all know who I'm talking about. I'm not rolling my sleeves up. Cece's joining us tonight. What's up, Cece? She's got a great show, Fireballs and F-Bombs. Love her. Tanner's, I had a book like that after all the research into writing some of the scenes. I had crazy nightmares for a couple weeks. And
yeah.
Thank
you for sharing that. I appreciate that. Wow.
Yeah, and it's amazing what the subconscious will do to you.
Yeah.
But before we go too much further, I want to talk about your martial arts. So first of all, where did that begin?
Oh my goodness! You know what? For me, my generation, because I'm so much older than you. You're old enough to be my child, my friend.
Thanks.
For me, it was Bruce Lee. It was Bruce Lee. So back in the day, I was probably about 6 years old. My parents took us, my brother and I, to a drive-in theater, and we were checking out Clint Eastwood. So it was one of the old spaghetti western Eastwood movies. Yeah.
Oh, there she is.
And who's that?
That's the Wicked Queen.
Oh my goodness, she's beautiful. My goodness.
Uh-oh, don't let her hear you say that. John said you're beautiful. I didn't say it. Don't leave me like that.
Because I know.
Raymond, you might get your fight right here. She's okay. Never mind. It went from anger to confusion. She's confused. I do. That's all that matters. But no, I think that was for me too. It was Bruce Lee, seeing the old Bruce Lee movies, Jackie Chan, all of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I even go as far as saying like Kung Fu Hustle. I know it's a comedy, but it's like some of those things are just like, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
You see that, and you see that at that age. It is so impressionable. It is so absolutely impressionable, and that changed my life. So so we're watching spaghetti western. So the movie ended. So we're taking off, and in a driving theater, there's multiple screens. So it's my brother and I in the back seat, and we're checking out the other screens on in the rear window, and all of a sudden I see this guy flying through the air, doing all these kicks and all these movements. I'm going, whoa, who's that? And I begged my parents to say, I want whatever that is. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. And then that changes your life. And what we do growing up is that we imprint ourselves in our heroes.
Yeah.
So we want to be them, and we see ourselves as them. And but it wasn't just the martial arts. He's an actor. Bruce Lee was an actor before he was a martial artist, and very few people know that. And and that's what started it. So, I begged my mom, please, 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 I want to take martial arts, and she enrolled me into like a judo, like an after school judo program, but that's all they had. Um, and I was like the one kid out of like 10 other adults. So I was basically a beach ball. They were just tossing me they were just tossing me around. They were having good fun with me. but but then it grew. Then I went back again at age, I think, about 12, 13, and that was it. And from then to now, I've been doing this, my goodness, for, oh my goodness, about 42 years I've been in martial arts. So it's been a long, long journey for me.
That's awesome. Now, besides jujitsu, what other arts do you?
So the system of martial arts that I teach, and I have my own school. It's called KO Kung Fu in California. But the system, it's called Bak Fu Do.
Okay.
Bak Fu, it's a white tiger system, Kung Fu system in martial arts. And it really focuses on the self-defense aspect. So it answers the question, the what if. What if somebody did this to you? What if it came at you like this? What if they put you in a choke? What if they had a knife to your throat? What if they had a gun to your head? What would you do? And it really addresses that right off the bat. What would you do if these things happen? And it's, you dedicate your whole life to the subject of protecting yourself.
Yeah.
And then after a while you get kind of good at it. So it's allowed me to travel all over the world because I competed in full contact fighting, all over California, all over the United States. I mentioned that I would go to Baltimore once a year to compete.
Yeah.
In Baltimore. But I was on the USA team for the European Championships in Spain. I was in Taipei, Taiwan for the World Championships over there, and I was on the USA team. I've been everywhere fighting everyone, and it gave me, it made, that's the reason why I don't get a lot of close-ups, because my face has received the brunt of the of those years.
Yeah, I think it was Jackie Chan. Yeah, it was. It was Jackie Chan. He was even saying the same thing. He goes, he doesn't do a lot of the close up stuff. He's like, a shorter list would be, what haven't I broken?
Exactly.
And this is David Hope from Dark Oak Paranormal. What's up, brother?
Hey.
John's arms are bigger than mine. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So tonight's lesson, folks, is don't fuck with John. That's the lesson tonight. That's what we're taking away from all this. But no, I know what you're talking about as far as like the what ifs, because I mentioned I was in San Diego. I was stationed out there for the Navy, and they taught self-defense. It wasn't like a full-on course, but it's always in the back of your head.
Yeah, absolutely.
If somebody does this, what do you do? If somebody does that, what do you do? And it's like, they're going to be in pain. They will regret every decision they've ever made. They will rethink their lives.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And it's whenever, again, because it's just a subject that I've dedicated so much of my life to. And whenever I teach self-defense courses, women's self-defense, or just in general, one of the concepts that I convey is that every living person is equipped with a primal instinct of self-preservation.
Yep.
So in other words, you're going to do something. Remember, we're human animals. So every animal has their defense mechanisms, and we do as well. So as a human animal, we tend to claw, we bite, we kick, and when we kick kind of forward, almost like a kangaroo.
Yep.
We strike. We tend to strike kind of wailing. That's the natural way that we do as human beings, and so we'll do something and run. We're not built to run towards something because we don't run that fast. We're built to run away from things. So we have all these primal instincts that are there. So even if you never had a self-defense course in your life, you'll do something. You'll do something to help your life or help the life of a loved one, and then you just build on that. That's your foundation, and you just build on from there. So that's always a good thing to know.
Yeah, absolutely. David's continuing. I still have pictures we took together in New Orleans to prove it. So apparently you met my brother here in at Fear Fest.
Yeah. All right, David. Good to see you again, brother.
I, I I love David. He's probably one of the most genuine individuals I've
Oh,
ever
great
met. He's
guy,
great.
man.
He's stunning. We talked about this next individual who just popped in. I told you it was only a matter of time, and that is my brother Victor Santiago from the
Hey,
Don Vick
Victor.
Show, the Don of the Paranormal. I love him. I love him. By the way, folks, if you missed Victor's show today, I highly suggest going and checking it out. He had a really great show, and it actually is going to kind of tie into what John and I will be talking about. We're just
Yeah,
hanging out right now, so this is kind of cool.
yeah,
But no, Victor is a great guy, and he's another
yeah,
one that I said, just like yourself, who support the paranormal, and we
yeah.
appreciate
Absolutely.
all that. He's actually an actor as well,
Oh,
along with
nice.
um, the guy who runs Parapost Network, Brian John Laverty. He's an
Mhm.
actor as well.
That's fantastic.
Um, yeah, so I hear the horror stories, and I've told Brian flat out, God bless you guys, because I'm an improv man. I
Yeah.
go off the hip. I can't do a script. I will forget. If there's no pictures, forget about it. I won't understand. I won't remember it.
Exactly. No,
Mm,
no.
screw
I
that.
hear you. I hear. Let me. I have a great deal of respect for any person that ever pursues an acting career. And particularly females, but just in general. Because let me tell you, you get torn apart. You're told everything is a target. So your appearance, your height, your weight, your just your basic look, your talents, good, bad, indifferent, your projections when you project a scene, and when you're projecting your lines, they just tear you apart. I've been told to quit the business. I've been told by um, I have a story.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have
yeah.
a story. I have a story. So Keanu Reeves' manager, I got his name from somebody, from a mutual friend, and so they were trying to connect us and see if he'd be willing to go ahead and take me on as a client. And so we met very briefly, and he saw my body of work and my pictures and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And so I never heard from him. So I asked my friend, hey, I keep on calling, leave messages, and never heard from him. He goes, yeah. He and I are not talking anymore. I said, what are you talking about? Well, he told me that why would he waste his time on somebody who's not going to make him any money, talking about me.
Wow.
And this is Keanu Reeves' manager. And I said, wow, and to support that, he goes, you know what? Tell him to quit the business because he's not going to get anywhere. And I was going, wow, that's some pretty harsh words from a Hollywood manager. Here, there's a part of me thinking he must know what he's talking about
Yeah.
because he's been in the business for such a long time, and he's got some big clients. Yeah, Keanu Reeves, Will Ferrell, and a bunch of others. And I'm thinking, wow, should I let this go? There's that part of me that just I can't, because it's just I'm so passionate about the subject of it. And 2 years down the road, I got called by my manager and said, "Hey, I got a." He goes, "I got a part for you. It's a small part. It's not a very big part, but at least you get a chance to kind of interact with the lead actor." I said, "Well, what's the title?" He goes, "Ice Cream." I said, "Excuse me, Ice Cream?" He goes, "Yeah. The movie's it's called Project Ice Cream. They can't really tell the title. It's kind of a secret." I said, "Oh, okay." I said, "Yeah, sure, anything. I'd be willing to do it." And it happened to be a scene with Keanu Reeves. That's who I was going to act with, and it's Matrix 4. So I'm thinking, whoa, okay, that's great,
Wow.
fantastic. So and that's how that came about. That's how that came
That's
about.
awesome.
But it's funny how it just kind of went around, because here I'm being told by Keanu Reeves, manager, just quit the business because you're never going to get anywhere. And all of a sudden I'm working with his client a couple years down the road.
I would have taken a selfie and been sent it to him, be like, "What was that? I missed that last bit."
Exactly right. Exactly right.
Victor said it's a tough biz. Yeah, it
Yeah.
really is. You know, some gigs you get, some you don't. It's like gambling. Yeah, 100%. 100%. And you know, and we were talking about it earlier, you know, paranormal is the same way.
Yeah.
Some nights we'll go out and we'll have a great night, and some nights you go out, you're just talking to yourself. So
Yeah, exactly.
So all right, folks. So we've reached the point in the show where we're going to take our quick commercial break. So don't go anywhere because we got some other things. John and I are going to be discussing, but we got some great videos to watch. Obviously for Parapost Network Central, of course, Victor. I got a one in there for Victor, my man. He's starting his own new show,
nice.
the Don Vic Showdown. It's going to be great. You guys won't want to miss. You don't want to miss that, and of course, the Global Ghost Hunt. So we'll be right back, guys, and we'll have some more fun.
Your own style, that's just slang for you, ain't got it though. Talking like you got it, that's the problem, I might let them know. Treat you like I'm Elsa, so my let it go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Head to toe, said you got your own style, that's just slang for you, ain't got it though. Talking like you got it, that's the problem, I might let them know. Treat you like I'm Elsa, so my let it go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Never know. Talking like Geronimo, get dropped down like some dominoes. Blues and greens and pinks, I got a lot of those. Yeah, you know. Talking slime, I can't relate to snakes, I see a lot of foes. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Head to toe. Said you got your own style, that's just slang for you, ain't got it though. Talking like you got it, that's the problem, I might let them know. Treat you like I'm Elsa, so my
Welcome back, everybody. We're here hanging out with my brother, John Ozuna. Before we continue on, I want to give my usual shout outs, obviously, to Parapost Network Central. Guys, if you're liking this for some reason, it's John. That's the reason why. Go over to Parapost Network Central, show some love. You can see not only this show, but a bunch of many other amazing vodcasts and podcasts. A lot of great and very talented hosts. Go check them out. Parapost Network Central. Also, I want to give my huge shout out to the Global Ghost Hunt. We just saw that. Guys, if you are a paranormal team and you have a location you want to go check out, you want to get promoted out, have some fun, and let's celebrate together, because that's exactly what this is. Global Ghost Hunt is a celebration of teams and locations from all around the world. 2 10-day events. You can't miss. You can't miss. It's a lot of fun. And we actually have merch out now, and I'm loving it. I actually have it my Global Ghost Hunt hoodie on. So comfortable.
Nice.
Head over to globalghosthhunt.com. Sign up today. If you're a team, don't have a location, sign up anyway. If you're a location, you don't have a team, sign up anyway. We are here to help in any way we can. But go to globalghosthhunt.com, sign up. Registration is open. and you can get our merch at globalghosthuntmerch.com. I also want to give a huge shout out to my brother Victor. We just saw the video for his new show, the Don Vic Showdown, singer versus singer. John, so basically, imagine American Idol.
Yeah,
but like a battle style, to where two singers will go up against each other. They're going to have judges. They're going to have prizes. It's going to be great.
That's cool.
That's what Victor's starting. And to what I understand, our brother AJ Capasso from Coventry Circle Paranormal, he's first contestant. He signed up. He wants to do it. Right. I will not against him. Nope, screw that. I'm way too sober for that. But we are looking for a second contestant. So if you guys want to sing, show what you got, or just have some fun, sign up. Talk to Victor, and sign up today. And it's easy, guys. So it's either you got to do it a cappella, which good luck. I don't do that, at least not sober. Or if you have your own music, if you're a musician, you have a song you want to play, have at it. Have some fun with it. And it's going to be a great time. And that's going to be on the Don Vic Show channel. So go check them out. And, we mentioned him earlier, and here he is. Brian John Laverty, a.k.a. Mr. I see you, Mr. This is the mastermind behind Parapost Network Central.
Wow.
Parapost, the app, or parapost.net. Seriously, if you haven't heard of Parapost, welcome to the show. I shout Parapost out a lot. I love Parapost. Basically a paranormal Facebook without the drama. What more can you do?
Nice.
Go to parapost.net, guys. Sign up today. Free, completely free. Or you can go to your Android or iPhone stores and sign up. You download them for free and register. It's great. So it's a lot of fun.
Pretty cool.
But yeah, I'm surprised it took you long enough, Brian. I give him shit. I love him. But he's the other actor I was telling you about.
Nice.
So we're here hanging out with my brother John, we just got done going over all the pros of what we've been doing, what he's been up to.
Yeah.
But I want to switch gears a little bit, John.
Absolutely.
And, it's funny. I've been saying this for a couple of weeks now.
Mm-hmm.
It's hilarious to me that as a paranormal community, we're supposed to be after the truth. We spoke about this backstage before the show.
Yeah.
And it's just so amazing to me how people are afraid of it. They're afraid of the truth. We're supposed to be after it, but yet you give them the truth and they're afraid of it.
And you're absolutely 100% right. Like I mentioned, it takes courage. It takes a lot of courage for somebody to take an experience that they might have had, something that they can't explain, something that's inside within themselves that they just feel like they need to bring it out and connect with other people who might have, had the same experiences. But to go through those steps, those levels, all those different levels, to be brave enough to subject yourself to a situation where you feel afraid, terrified, uncomfortable, and whatever, and try to discover more. I mean, that's most people wouldn't. I mean, they have the interest, they have the passion, but it's just taking that step forward and subjecting themselves to just kind of the unknown, uncomfortable, the discomfort, and all the other things that you're going to feel, to do it and to bring it to a level where you're at, where you're pulling this community together, and you're saying, hey guys, it's okay to feel the way you feel. There's nothing wrong with you. I've had the same experiences before. Speaking of that, buddy, you got almost 20 years in your belt. That's pretty good. Wow.
Yep. It's been a road.
Okay. Let me ask you.
Yeah.
What got you started?
Well, honestly, and I go into more detail in the book I'm writing. Believe it or not, guys, this dumbass is writing a book. I am putting pictures in though. I can't put a countdown in though, Brian. So I do apologize. Brian always bashes me for not bashes me. He picks on me for the videos because 90% of my videos have a countdown. To me, like we're weak. You know what, Brian? I might just put one in, just a picture of like maybe the last couple pages will just be numbers. He said,
That's
thank,
nice.
he said,
Good
thank
idea.
God. Just for you, just for you. But honestly, like we said backstage, I'm from Pennsylvania, dead center of the state.
Yeah.
Huge difference from where you're at in the Bay Area, and the paranormal is not talked about. We are very Christian based. We are very, you know, you keep that shit to yourself type.
Exactly.
You know, and we get that criticism. I had an experience when I was 16. The short version was I was driving my old 87 Chevy Caprice Classic, big ass metal boat. I loved it. I witnessed a spirit pass through my vehicle.
Wow.
And when I stopped, like 20 yards later, but I stopped, got out, and I said, "Ma'am, are you okay?" And that's when it clicked on what just happened. She turned and disappeared. So I went,
amazing.
Nope. Jumped in my car and I took off because I didn't know anything about it.
Exactly.
So I kind of suppressed that until I got to San Diego, and I met up with a couple of friends, and they took me on investigating, and I was hooked. The first night, I was absolutely hooked, and I started looking at the shows, like, you know, Ghost Hunters, and I tried joining a team. They were, so I decided to start my own, and I went back to the shows and I started looking at Ghost Hunters. Like, I took it from a student mentality. We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
And I was looking and listening on how were they asking questions? What were they setting up the equipment? You know, what kind of equipment were they using? What were they saying? What were they doing? And I would study that. And I would study, like, and a lot of people think that, and it's true, by the way, this is all true. Go back and look. They changed their mentality each investigation. They changed the style of investigating differently per investigation. Excuse me. And that's just something that to me was fascinating, because I was always under the impression you go out with all this equipment and you just ask the same stupid questions. You go out, you know, who's here? What's your name? What's this? What's that? And it's not like that. It's not even close.
Wow.
And so the more I studied it, the more I learned, the more experiences and investigation after investigation, you know, seeing my clients, you know, with a sense of relief that they're not crazy, that something is there, or we are debunking it by saying, no, look, it's just, you have, you know, a loose pipe. This is the knocking you're hearing. You know, you have an electrical problem. This is what's going on. You know, doing this field, I've saved marriages. I have brought families back together. I have brought closure to families. You know, I've done a lot, and it's not something I usually brag about, but that is the driving force for me. It's that helping. You know, I want to help people.
Absolutely.
And what led to this chaos as the consultant, I shut down my third team out here in Pennsylvania. It was my third team I was running. And I told the Wicked Queen, I said, listen, I want to still do something. I want to still be a part of this community. I still want to help people, but I don't know how. I want to help everybody. And she goes, what, like a consultant? And I went, a paranormal consultant. And the more I said it, I was like, yep, done. That's it. And told you about Scott, Mr. Fedora. You know, he lived all this. And you know, to this day, you know, that's why I do what I do. It's because I'm here to help people.
That's fantastic.
So to me, that's that driving force. But the one thing that I still find humorous, and well, it's back and forth between humorous and disgusting, is these people who sit there and preach they want to know the truth. They're all about the truth.
Yeah.
But when you tell them the truth, it's like, oh, no, you're wrong. And they put you down. It's like, no, here's your evidence. It's the truth. This is exactly, you know, and they're so afraid of it. But I want to actually talk about something, and I think you know exactly. We kind of spoke about it backstage, and this is the ego side of it.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, people, people think that they're going to come on to these shows, they're going to host these shows, they're going to get into your business, the acting business, and just take off. They're going to make millions and millions of dollars. They're going to be for some reason they want to be the next Zach. But it's like a twitch to me, John. So I'm sorry about that. Every time someone mentions Zach or
Ghost, you know that you got a little nervous tick.
Yeah, that's what it is. They mention Zach or Ghost Adventures. It's just a tick to me. But anyway, they want to be that, and the reality of it is they're not. They're not going to be the next Keanu Reeves, Will Ferrell, Heath Ledger. They're not going to be the next one. And what was it for you that because I know you understand that. What was it for you that made you realize that? What was that humbling experience for you?
For me, it's, oh my goodness, it's, when you're in this business, you have a lot of conversations with other actors that we're all pursuing the same thing. We want to get into the business. We want to have, we start out with student films, and then we go to short films, and then, and we would just kill to have dialogue in an actual feature film, so you go through this process, you do some background work in bigger films and whatnot, but every time I hear the same thing, I want to be famous. I want to be rich. I want to be famous.
Yeah.
And that's their driving force. And I'll ask them, they'll say, they'll say this, I was just meant to be a star. My mentality, my outlook, the way I take care of myself, the way I dress, people have told me I should be a movie star. I should just be a star. And then I'll ask him, okay, what if it doesn't happen? What else is going to keep you moving forward and doing this? Well, no, it's just a matter of time. It's just going to happen. And I know the answer to that. And for me personally, my motivation is just simply to get better at this. I'm a martial artist, and being an artist is self-expression. Yeah. So for me, it was just a natural transition between doing what I do in martial arts, which you're constantly manipulating scenarios. Okay, here you are, you're walking down the street, all of a sudden somebody's attacking you, and you got this person here and this person there. So you're manipulating your emotions, you're manipulating scenarios. So in effect, you're acting. So it's taking that kind of core fundamental, or the foundation that was established, and just building on that. And for me, acting is no different than any contractor. Let's say you're building a house. You have an electrician, you have a plumber, you have a guy that does the framework, and they do the roofing. So each person has their own individual job at the right time. And for me, it's the acting portion of it. And I just want to give them my best, because what you want in the end is repeat business. You want them to call you again and say, hey, buddy, you did some great work with me in this project I had. I'd love for you to go ahead and help me out with this next project. And you just want to give them the better version of you each and every time. And so for me, it's just getting better at something that I love doing. And wherever it takes me is where it takes me.
Well, here's a familiar face for you. Emmy McKenzie, PDX Paranormal,
hey.
The awesome Emmy. I love Emmy. Emmy actually wanted to be here tonight, but Emmy didn't respond back to me. Emmy.
Yeah, whose fault is that? Whose fault?
Love you, Emmy. I love you. This is another great individual. It looks like you know him. Scott Matheson.
I don't know him at all.
Paranormal and History.
I don't know Scott. I don't pretend to know him.
No. Plausible deniability. I love
it. Scott is great. Love Scott.
I love same. And I don't know if you saw Scott. Scott had a show earlier. It was a little festive for the holiday season, and
nice.
The lights were just shining so pretty off of that head of his. It was great. It was great. But you guys need to go check out Scott over at Paranormal and History.
Yeah. Love Scott. Scott's great.
Our sister Emmy is sick.
Oh,
Feel
no.
better. Feel better, Emmy. Seriously.
Yeah,
seriously feel better.
I didn't give you the COVID, I swear.
Yeah, it wasn't Wicked Queen. Wicked Queen said she didn't give you COVID. No, I gave that to her.
Yeah, I gave you COVID.
Sharing is caring, love.
No, it's not. Return to sender. Especially because now I gotta wear a stupid N95 mask till I get back from my 2-day at work because you fucker.
You're welcome. Emmy said you did.
I didn't give her COVID.
You're not wrong.
Give somebody COVID through a computer.
Well, that may be. Anything's possible in the paranormal field. So one thing though, John, I do want to talk to you about, and it's something we kind of touched on backstage. You know, these people that come on, and we're gonna throw some truth here at you guys. Yeah. Hey. Do it on your own show. Love you, brother. So these people that do come on, and I'll be honest, if I could do this full time, and Brian knows this, I ask him every time, you know, if I've been hired yet. I'd love to do this full time, but the reality is I can't. I wouldn't mind getting the views. I wouldn't mind building that network up, but it's not the main focus. You know, these people that come on, what are their chances? Like, you know, what are the chances of them actually making it and being famous?
You know, it's funny that you even bring that up because, you know, the examples that we have in front of us, you know, ghost adventures, ghost hunters and whatnot. You know, what I feel has been compromised is the integrity of the subject. We talked about this, the truthfulness of the subject. You know, not every episode you're gonna have a major discovery or you know, a visit from, a communication from. It's just not going to happen. You know, you and I have had similar experiences. You know, with the unnamed person that we talked about, Zach. You see the nervous tick? There's a nervous tick.
I'm just itchy. It's a little itchy in the basement.
So, you know, in my case, it was a situation that they had contacted me. They said, hey, we got a role for you on Ghost Adventures, you know, with Zach, and we're going to reenact a situation, and you look just like the guy that we're trying to use to reenact. And I said, great, fantastic. It was over in Santa Barbara, California. I took the 3.5 to 4 hour trip over there. And you know, and I was waiting, and you know, as an actor, there's information that you receive. One is you know, a call time, when to arrive. You know, if there's a wardrobe that you need, or they have wardrobe, and they have their makeup people and whatnot. But you want to be as prepared as possible. If there's lines, you need a script. You know, so I was just asking for the basic materials, and they said, oh, we'll get back to you. So I'm here waiting forever, and just seemed like it was kind of falling apart, and it did in the end. So Zach called me, and he goes, hey brother, you know, just so sorry that you were wasting your time, but you know, this, that, and the other. And it was, I felt a little dismissed, like it was no big deal.
He has that effect on people.
Yeah, something like so. I drove 4 hours, you know, to get here to be ready, and to be dismissed like that, you know, so to answer your question, there's a 1% chance of making it big. How do you get there? Be yourself, because the more you are yourself, the likability, the uniqueness of that individual, that will come out, and people will hone in that. And you have to ask yourself, what can I do different than what they're doing that will make this show unique apart from everybody else? Now, you kind of answered it. You're out there to help people. You're out there to answer some questions. You're providing a service. You know, I compared this with something. That show, I compare it with like a WWE. It's real, but it's not.
I would love to see a version of that. That show was WWE. I want to see him get hit with a fucking chair. I'll do it. Hey, I'll volunteer. Anybody knows those people? Let me know. John, I'm going to interrupt our conversation for a second because we are actually blessed tonight. We have not just the Wicked Queen, but we are blessed with more royalty. Ladies and gentlemen, we have, you got to take my hat off for this one. We have the paranormal queen herself, Patty Adams from the G Team with us tonight.
Oh,
what's up, Patty? I miss you. And I don't care what you say. I don't care how long you've been away. You're still my paranormal queen. Deal with it. Yes, there's actually some bad storms, I guess, down in the south in Florida. My in-laws are traveling there today. They were saying about it. But stay safe, Patty. Seriously, stay safe. And miss you and love you. So if we can all send positive vibes and prayers to everybody down in Florida dealing with all that in the chat, guys, please let's do that.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. It's crazy there.
And you know what, John? I'm glad you really, absolutely. She's all of our sister. She is, and I mean this wholeheartedly. She is the queen of the paranormal. Whether she's involved or not, she is the most wonderful individual you'll ever meet. I love her to death.
That's cool. That's cool.
But I'm glad you said what you said about becoming famous. You know, and it's something that I've said on this show several times. Anytime, Patty, of course, you'd earned it and you deserve it. You know, be yourself. And that's something as a consultant I've told people coming on to shows. You know, just be yourself. Mm-hmm. People will notice.
Yeah.
And they have to be coming back from my personality because it ain't the face that people are coming fucking back for this show. But, you know, if you're yourself, you're unique, you're genuine, people can see that.
Oh, totally.
And if the right people see it, then there's something more, then it can happen. But in the meantime, my thought process is let's just have some fun with this.
Absolutely. You know? Absolutely. You know what, Matt, in the end, in whatever endeavor that we do, everything we do, it creates an emotional response.
Yep.
In everything, when we eat, you know, when we get up in the morning, whatever we do, it creates an emotional response. Now, we'll always gravitate to something that makes us feel good. And when you reach out to people and make people feel good about themselves, you did the job.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, one thing I really love about what we do as podcasters, whatever you want to call us, hosts, or even in what you're doing with, you know, the martial arts, your acting, that's what it's about. It's about making people feel better about themselves, about their situation, making them feel comfortable, but more importantly, to me, making them feel wanted.
Exactly. Absolutely.
And to me, that is my main focus. And that to me is what should be everybody's focus. You know, let's focus on everybody else. Let's focus on, you know, helping people, you know, being with people, supporting everybody, all that. That's what we need to be a part of. It's not me, because I've even said, and I think you'll agree with me, you know, I'd rather have a bunch of people watching me and supporting me for who I am, rather than being, you know, the Zacks who have millions of fans.
Yeah.
It's like he forgets, and many others, and I know there's others on that list who forget that they're only popular because of the fans, because of the support they get.
Oh, you
have humility.
Yeah, you hit it right on the head, you know, and we had discussed this earlier, and you know, just when I have the privilege of attending, let's say, a convention or a public appearance, and interacting and meeting and greeting fans of what I do, and they might have even seen some of the films, and maybe they want a selfie, maybe they want an autograph, maybe they want a picture, whatever it is. It's about them. It's about their experience, because how often do people go see they finally meet their hero, only to be sadly disappointed, feel like they were minimalized and they were cast away or turned down, or it wasn't that great experience that they wanted. and we're here. I feel it's my responsibility. Whenever I show up, it's my responsibility to help them achieve what they want out of that moment, that they feel good, and they got, and they achieve what they wanted out of it. I got a chance to talk to him. I got a chance to get a picture. I got a chance to, and we talked about me. We didn't even talk about him. We talked about me, and, just all those things. And that's why for me, whenever I hear actors turn their fans away and refuse selfies and refuse autographs, and, it just makes no sense to me at all.
Yeah. And you know what's funny? Like I've met a couple of celebrities, and I'm use the quotations because they're popular, but they're not like the Heath Ledgers and stuff. One of them was Selma Blair. I actually met her at a wedding.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, I didn't. And I apparently met some kind of like big like Russian model. I don't know who the hell she was. I was just talking to her about the wedding, and my ex was like, "Do you know who that is?" I went, "Some big bitch. I don't know. She's got an accent." She goes, "That's so and so. She's a model. She's a Victoria's Secret model." I'm like, "For who? Andre the Giant?" Like,
exactly.
She's fucking 7 feet tall.
Exactly.
And like she was afraid to go up to Selma Blair.
Wow.
And I'm just like, "Why?" She goes, "Oh well, she's famous, and that's her. This person. That's her. This person." I just wandered right my dumb ass over, and I was like, "Hi, Miss Blair." I was like, "Would you mind getting a picture?" And it's people like that, that are so down to earth, and they're like, "Yeah, sure," what I mean. And I think even in an art field, people forget that you're only popular, you're only famous. You owe basically what you're doing to your fans and to your support.
Oh, 100%. Just last week, but just to share a quick story with you. Last week, and it's relative to what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I had a great privilege of meeting up with maybe you might know this actor, Matthew McConaughey.
Maybe. Might know who he is.
So here he is. And we were part of kind of the same show out there in Los Angeles, and let me tell you, he's always known to be Mr. Cool, but my respect level for him just skyrocketed after how he expressed himself. He's so grounded. He's so down to earth. He's so giving back to the community. He was talking about a children's book that he wrote, and he was reading a few excerpts from the book, and this guy, let me tell you, he's got it down because he knows that his popularity has allowed him to influence individuals in a positive way that makes them, the community, everybody around him feel better about themselves, that they feel that they can achieve, can accomplish, can achieve, rise to the fullest potentials. Yeah. And here, rather than just saying, "Hey, look at me, I am Matthew McConaughey. I'm, right. I'm a cool guy. You know me." Yeah. I just, and it's so not about that. And so my respect level for him just, skyrocketed, because here's a guy that is, a superstar, and he's by far, next to Keanu Reeves, just one of the most grounded people I've ever met.
I'm glad you said Keanu Reeves, because he actually was in Pennsylvania.
Oh, wow.
A couple weeks ago. It wasn't too far from where I live.
Wow.
And I've heard the stories of how down to earth he was. I'd love to meet him. I would, love to meet him, just to even talk.
Great guy.
Because, I'd love to get to that level so I can meet some of these people.
Yeah.
Not because of the popularity, because they're great people. They seem like great people, like you want to go have a beer with. But there's a TikTok video that I saw that to me was the best video I've ever seen in my life. And it was a group of fans who were outside of where he was filming at. And he had that big scruffy, beard thing going on.
Yeah.
And one little kid was asking for his autograph. And he gave him the autograph, took some pictures with him. He noticed he had a ball, like a baseball. Is it a baseball or a football?
It was a football, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. And Keanu took the time out to play catch with this kid.
Exactly.
And you see security like, oh, and he goes, get away.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
started playing catch. To me, that is genuine. He didn't care
Absolutely.
about the cameras. He didn't care about anything else but making that kid's day.
Exactly right. Exactly.
And if I get to that point of popularity,
Mhm.
that's what I want to be.
That's
That's
what it's
that's
about.
that level.
That's what
And
it's about.
it I want to I would love for guests to come on, like these new paranormal teams. Like, this is what I love about the Global Ghost Hunt too,
Yeah.
is you get these teams that come out of nowhere that
Yeah.
are unknown, and you put them in the spotlight. It may be for 2 hours, but those 2 hours give them a chance to be seen, to be heard,
Yeah.
to get a chance to get that support. You see
Yeah.
these beautiful locations. That's what I want to do. And I've said on my show, I would love, like, I'm below 500 subscribers now. I would love to be at 500,000. And it's
Exactly.
not for me, but
Yeah.
I want to bring people on, like these newer teams, interview them, hang out with them, and
Yeah.
have thousands of people watching them just from day one.
Exactly.
And I just want to see their face light up, be like, oh yeah, by the way, you just had like 20,000 people in the room just hanging out chatting with you.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
Or even just go live and just sit here and just talk to the chat.
Yeah.
I've done that, and it's amazing to me, the priorities. And I think that's the thing. You get these individuals like the one you were talking about, who's,
Yeah.
I was made for that. Screw that.
Yeah. You're right.
To me, if you have that mentality that you will be famous, you will never be famous, because
Exactly
you have
right.
a toxic attitude.
Yeah, no, you're right. And it's the way, it's the way you treat people, and that is how you're pardon me, that's how you're judged, is how you treat other individuals. And are you easy to work with? Are you not easy to work with? Or you think you're prima donna? Uh, you'd be surprised
Not
at
wrong.
the attitude, probably not at all, at the attitude of some people that they already have envelop themselves into being this, in their minds, this superstar, and they've never done anything before. And and it's kind of that fake it till you make it sort of attitude. And I've never been a subscriber of that, because anything that I ever say, anything that I ever post is absolutely 100% authentic and true. Anybody can research it, anybody can check it out. I will never post anything or say anything that just didn't happen. Yeah, they can check on it. There's millions of people that are tons of people that have witnessed it and whatnot. Because it wouldn't serve me any purpose. It just wouldn't serve me well. I if my motivation for doing what I do is so that I receive um, recognition and attention or accolades, I shouldn't be doing this. I don't think because I wouldn't like myself if that
Yeah.
was the case. I just would.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like to be around myself if that was the case.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, and I know Emmy can attest to this, and so can Patty if she's still in the room. Because unlike Raymond, who just drives by my exit and takes, fucker literally drove by my exit from my hometown, took a picture of it, and kept on driving. Asshole.
Wow.
I love Raymond. He didn't have his light on. That was the problem. But just taking some shots. But what you see is what you get with me.
Yeah.
And I think that's the way we all need to be. Let's bring all of us together. Let's have some fun. Let's do it together. And instead of one of us making it, let's all make it. Let's make it together.
100%. It's competitive, but I've always been a subscriber of, if one person does well, we'll all do well. We'll all do well. And I've been a huge subscriber of that. There's going to be competition and whatnot, but be happy for the person that gets it. There's a reason why they got it. But don't let it derail you. Just keep on working. I always take responsibility. What I mean by that is, there's so many factors involved, being casted for a role, but if there's something that I personally can work on, whether it be, acting, becoming a better actor, or physically working on myself and how I communicate with people. If there's something saying, hey, you need to work on this and this and this, then I'm going to work on it.
Yeah.
I'm going to work in it, because to me, whenever they give me that sort of constructive criticism, that's a gift. That's actually somebody saying, you know what, yeah, this and that's fine, but you should focus on these other three things. And they're identifying an area that I just simply need to put more attention on. And to me, that's a gift. That is an absolute gift.
100%. You said two words that are, to me, the most important in whether it's the paranormal, acting, or in general, in everyday life, and that's constructive criticism.
Yeah.
You know, any criticism you guys give to each other, be constructive about it. Be supportive. And, you know, you even said it's okay to have those competitions, but make them friendly, make them fun, motivate each other, push each other.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and you'll be amazed on what you'll get, what the results will be. Yeah. I mean, Scott does it to me all the time. My wife does it to me. Brian does it. You know, they tell me, you know, look, the shows are good, but let's do this. Let's try this. Let's do that. And most of the time I don't listen, but you know, it's one of those things where, you know, again, student mentality, take the constructive criticism, you boost each other up, and you have fun.
Yeah,
you absolutely. Know, and that's, to me, that's how you become famous. That is how you get
exactly. You know, and you'll be respected. You'll be respected among your peers. You'll be respected, just people that are just happen to discover your channel and discover your show, and they go, hey, I like this guy's cool. You know, I want to check this out next week. So absolutely.
Speaking of great content, I've had a lot of firsts in this field. I've had a lot of experiences. And I have to pick on this guy right here, James from Hammertown Paranormal. I've had a lot of amazing guests, self included. This fucker is the only one that has left in the middle of a show to go get fast food. Literally just the fucking peers. We're having a great conversation. We're like, so James, what do you think? Where the fuck did James go? He comes back with a bag of Sonic, and he's just, what?
You're still on.
Like, you fucker. But so before we go tonight, I do have one more question for you, brother. And
you got it.
This is just my blatant ignorance, which, yeah, guys, it does happen. Shut up, Raymond. But it's something I've always wondered, and I never had the opportunity to ask. And it's this picture. And by the way, this is on John's IMDb. Yeah. Great picture, by the way. Absolutely great picture.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
What is this? What is the purpose of the cloth and the hilt of a sword?
You know, it's funny because this particular sword, in English, is called a broadsword, and it's a Chinese weapon that was used often back, my goodness, centuries ago. And in Chinese, it's called dandao in Mandarin. Basically just means big sword.
Okay, fair enough.
But the cloth it's got a dual purpose. One, it's used for distraction. So when you're spinning the sword, it causes a distraction to whomever's on the other end. So it disguises your intention. That way you can spin, and they're seeing the cloth and not quite seeing the blade, and all of a sudden the blade is up against their throat. So it's used as a distraction. It's also used to wipe off the blood that you. It's also used to wipe the blood off, because what happens in a real battle, there's blood everywhere,
of course,
and the handle becomes slippery.
Yeah.
So you need a means of cleaning off the blood so that you can continue utilizing the weapon with a tight grip. Otherwise it'll just all slip out of your hand.
See, I knew it was something like right on the nose. I was overthinking it. Like, I'm thinking ceremonial. I'm thinking some kind of family heirloom, you know, something along those lines. But no, that makes sense. But no, I've seen it, and you have a couple of amazing pictures on your IMDb, on your Facebook, and a couple of them have that cloth on the back of them. And I was like, you know what? I need to ask this because I've been wondering that. I see it on the movies. I see it all over the place. I'm just curious. So, but anyway, if you guys are interested in finding out more about John and what he's got going on, links are in the description. Go check him out. Show him some love. I got 2 YouTube channels for him. I've got Facebook and his IMDb linked. So please go check him out. Show him some love and support. And while you're over at IMDb, look up Brian. Yep, I'm throwing you under the bus too. This guy right here, he's on there. He's on there.
Who knows? We might be in a movie one of these days together.
Ooh, that'd be a good one.
That'd be
a good one. That'd be a good one. I always tell Brian, don't forget us little people when you make it. Well, John, it has been an absolute honor and a pleasure, my brother.
It has been my privilege, brother. Thank you for inviting me onto the show. You have an amazing show. Keep on doing the great work that you do, and yeah, if you ever feel that I'm worthy enough, I'd love to come back one of these days.
Brother, you are welcome any day. You just give me a holler and be like, "Hey, I'm feeling the itch. Can I come on? Let's go. I got a show or not? I'll set one up." But anything you want to say before we bounce out of here?
No, you know what? Just 1,000 thanks. I'm just wishing everybody a happy and healthy and safe holiday season. Just go out there. Be with your loved ones, be with your family members, just give them big hugs and kisses and tell them how much you love them, because that's what it's all about. Don't just save it for the holidays, but, save it for every day. That's always the best.
100%. Well, John, again, brother, thank you so much for joining me tonight. It's been an honor. So, guys, again, we'll see you on Wednesday. I'm doing the Christmas special or holiday special because if I say Christmas too much, the Wicked Queen will throw something at me. If you guys want to check that out, it'll be around 5 or 7. I haven't decided. It'll be on Wednesday night, so come check us out. And also, don't forget What the Paranormal, 9 p.m. Eastern Time with myself and Raymond. As who knows what kind of fucking chaos we can come up with. But if you are interested in being a contestant on What the Paranormal, let one of us know. We'll be more than happy to bring you on. And of course, Victor for his new show, the Don Vic Showdown. If you want to sing, show us what you got. Get a hold of him. So. I guess, guys, there's only one more thing left for me to say. Y'all have yourselves a great rest of your night. Have fun. Stay safe.
Take care,
guys. Happy holidays.